Okay. So we're going to record. Let's give a few minutes to the students to, if you had the homework from last class and you want to report on what you did or how you feel about the last class we did on Igbo alphabets. Let me give a few minutes to anybody who wants to unmute themselves and speak. Don't worry about your Igbo. We can help you improve it. That's why you are here. You can
Thank
speak in
you.
Igbo or in English. Go ahead. Anybody? Did you look at the lesson after you left the last class? Uche, are you still here?
I am.
Okay. Can we start with you? What did you learn in the last class?
Okay. So from my notes, I took some of the phrases we learned, so I'll just read them out. Adeze is princess. Ona Ewutam is I feel your pain. Mga Abia is I'm coming. And Edemede is alphabet. So those are the words I learned.
Okay. Did you try to use them in any daily conversation with your dad or anybody?
Not really. The only one that is, let me say, easy to say is or Ndewonu to the
Okay.
group or Kachifo when you're saying good night, that sort of thing. But like
Okay, so
different sentences is not something I've been doing yet.
okay, so how you learn the language is to speak it every day. Every time you meet your dad or your parent or any other Igbo speaking person, you say Ndewo. Every time you meet them, you say, if it's in the morning, you say Ututom. If if they come, if they return from somewhere, you say no. If you don't speak it, you will never get inside your head like you speak English. And the more you speak it, the better you will get. So if anybody else wants to say something they learned or how they used it from last class before we start today's class. Anybody? Emmanuel, are you there?
Yes, I didn't get the opportunity to use it, but I do say and they will
Okay.
no dalu.
Okay. Okay. You didn't see anybody to say those words to.
No, I said it to my parents.
Okay. That's what I mean. Every day, instead of saying good morning, you say
Isalachi,
Isalachi. Yes.
Ibetala, Ibolachi.
You see, that's it. That's how to learn the language.
That's great.
That's how we learned it. We didn't go to school. It was just by repeating what we hear others say. And then we get better by saying it over and over. Anybody else?
I was able to practice a little bit. I had practicing just trying to get the different words together and some of the preposition, trying to understand how to do those and how to make sure that I have that situated for myself.
So were you successful? How did it go? Is she drop off?
I think she's at work. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay, so unless there's anybody else who wants to chime in, we can go into today's class. Okay, there's nobody, so let's go into today's class. So for today, I just want to teach you some of the things you need to know in order to better understand the language. Because I think all of you can speak English very well. And okay, Josh, you dropped off. When you learn a language, some languages have characteristics. So one of the characteristics of the Igbo language is a tonal language. Tone is very, very important in the language. So to speak the language very well, you have to understand that tones can change the meaning of words. I believe all of you can understand more than you can speak.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why you cannot speak as much as you understand is because you don't practice what you hear.
Yeah.
So that's why this class, we're going to be a little different, because if you come to this class to just listen and listen, you'll be doing the same thing you have been doing since you were born, as listening to people speak Igbo and saying, oh, I know that, I understand that, but you can't speak it. So that's why we encourage you to participate, interact, so that you can learn the tone. When I hear, if you hear non-Igbo speakers who are learning Igbo, the way you would know that they are new to the language is the tone, because they are not paying attention to the tone. Because they may be speaking the words, but the way they are speaking it may convey a different meaning than they have in mind. We are going to go through some of these words that you can spell the same way, but they are pronounced, if you change the tone of pronunciation, it becomes a different meaning. Let's start with the English language. I want somebody to tell me the meaning of this word, lead. No, this word, I don't want to call it. What do you call this word and what does it mean? Anybody?
Lead.
That word is lead, means to direct somebody or something, to be the head of something.
Okay. Does anybody have a different meaning?
Oh, it's also like a natural material, chemical.
What is that material called?
We call it lead.
Okay. Is it called lead?
No,
Okay. So it's called lead,
lead.
right?
Yes.
Okay, but you can see that the two words are spelled exactly the same way.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know when somebody uses the word in speech, which of the meaning he is?
Based on the context clues of the sentence.
And also the way the word is pronounced. If you say lead, it means that you are talking about leadership. If you say lead, it means you are talking about the metal. So this is just to show you that it's not only in Igbo that words can spell the same way, but they have different meanings. So having said that, we can go into some of these words. Who knows what this picture means?
Egg, aqua.
Egg.
It means what?
Aqua.
Okay, what does it mean in English? What is it called in English?
Egg.
Okay, so what is the word for egg in Igbo?
Isn't it aqua as well?
It's called what?
Aqua.
Aqua.
Aqua. Your tone is different.
Okay, so it's called aqua. I mean, everybody said that
Aqua.
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 Okay,
Well,
aqua. Okay, we'll come back to it when we look at some other things that are spelled the same way, but they mean different things. Now, what is this one called?
Cloth or clothing.
Okay, what is it called in Igbo?
Aqua.
Anybody else knows that? Anybody? Uche, do you agree?
yeah, I agree. Aqua.
What?
It's aqua. I don't know the tone, but it's the same 4 letters.
Okay, it is the same letter. The first one was called aqua. Huh? This one is called aqua. Sorry, my Igbo keyword didn't work out very well to put this marks on the letters to show high and low
That
accents.
would help.
Okay, but we didn't use those marks to learn the language when we were small. We just learned by listening to how the words are pronounced. So this one is called aqua. Aqua. Just like you call aquatic in Igbo. I mean in English to mean water. So this is aqua.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, like in Spanish, there's an accent over the word that's pronunciated. Is there an accent in Igbo like that?
I said there are, but you have to use a special keyboard. I was trying to download one, but it didn't give me what I wanted. So as soon if it works out, I will update this slide and put those accents. But you see, this one is aqua. The first A and the second A have the middle accent. They're not going up or down. Aqua. Unlike the first one that says aqua. No, aqua, which means both going high. So this is aqua. If you are not saying it, can you say it so you get used to it? Aqua.
Aqua.
So wait, is it low high or high low?
No, it's just middle. Aqua. Just straight.
Aqua.
Aqua.
Yes. Okay. So
Aqua.
okay. This person is weeping.
Aqua.
What do you call weeping in Igbo?
Aqua.
Huh?
Oh, no, aqua.
Okay, you're making a sentence with
Yes, sir.
for just one word. It's also called weeping. Is also called aqua.
Aqua.
Aqua. So we have seen three aquas, three AKW. One is aqua. The second one is aqua. This one is aqua. Is confusing, right?
Is this one middle? Tone is low middle.
Yeah, this one is aqua. Aqua. Yeah, the last A is high. Aqua.
Okay.
It's crying. Aqua. Okay. So you can be taking notes because we are going to use them to make sentences or translate sentences later. So you see aqua. aqua and now aqua. The difference is in the tone. If somebody is weeping, you don't say that, you don't use the aqua to describe it. But if you're writing it, they'll all be the same spelling, even without the tone marks. Okay, we'll go ahead to see other words. What is this picture on the screen?
Igwe.
Hmm?
Igwe.
Okay,
Igwe.
you're calling a different word.
Igwe.
Huh?
Igwe.
No,
Did I say it right? No, I didn't say it. How do you say it?
This one is called igwe.
Igwe.
Yes, igwe. Can also call it and well, let me leave the other words. Let's just call it igwe. Other people, other areas call it a slightly different name. But to illustrate what we are teaching here about tone, see who was that person that attempted to call it?
Me.
Is it Joy?
No, Emmanuel.
Oh, Emmanuel, okay. You said igwe, which means you're calling a different thing, even though you spell it correctly. So this language is mostly spoken. There are more people that speak the language than the people who can write it. So if you go to Igbo land, many people can speak it, but when you ask them to write, not all of them can pass an exam on the Igbo language, written. So
Why is that the case?
It's the case, but it's just like if you go to England, you can score better than an English boy who didn't go to school to learn English. You can score better on English 101 than an English boy who was born and raised in England, but he didn't study the language in school. But he's going to be using slangs and shortcuts that are no longer accepted in English grammar. But his parents understand him and he understands them. When I went to school with some Scottish boy, he was speaking English that means different thing than we understand as English language. When he said if something is very hot, he will say it's not half hot. That means that's his own way. It's the own mother way of saying something is too hot. He says it's not half hot. So that's not English language that you will use to write English 101. So this word, this thing, this equipment, this picture is called igwe in Igbo language. Can you all call it igwe?
Igwe.
Igwe.
Okay. I want everybody to unmute so you can hear yourself calling it igwe, right? Keep that in mind when we see the other one. Well, this one is a picture of the sky, or heaven, or clouds, but it's called igwe or elu igwe. Igwe, yeah, igwe or elu igwe, which means sky or heaven. Can you all call it igwe?
Igwe.
Okay. So
igwe.
okay, now let me go back. What did I call this one?
Igwe.
Igwe.
No?
Igwe.
No. This one is igwe.
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 So what is that? Is that high or low high?
Igwe. I believe
That's high low.
Yeah.
Or high?
Yeah, high, low. The first I goes high, the second goes down. Igwe. Okay, but now you have Igwe. Igwe has two highs. Igwe. So that's why it's very important to speak this language. If you speak it, you won't be trying to know whether the accent goes high or low. Because you practice it. If you miss it, somebody who knows it will correct you and you learn. But if you study today and pack your books until next 2 weeks, it's not going to help you at all. So this is Igwe. If you're watching Nigerian movies, you will be hearing Igwe also, which is also used to in some parts to describe the king. Even that Igwe and this Igwe are exactly the same in both tone and spelling. Only the context will differ. We also look at context. So this one is Igwe or Eligwe, sky or heaven. We will show you how you can translate these words when they put together, because you're not sure what it is unless you know the context. Now, this is called what in Igbo?
Ebe.
Huh?
Ebe. Ebe.
Egbe.
Ebe. Ebe.
Egbe. Egbe.
Ebbe.
Egbe. Say it.
Egbe.
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 Ebe.
Okay. Egbe. Now, we have, what is this one called?
Egbe.
The same spelling. This one is called Egbe. Egbe. Egbe.
Ebbe.
Egbe. So we usually say if somebody is going to hunt for this bird, he goes with a firearm. You say that he's using egbe to shoot egbe. Did you hear that? To use egbe to shoot egbe. They're both the same spelling, but the way you call it will make the hearer to understand which one is shooting which one. Did you get it? You can stop me at any time to ask questions if you have a
Got
question.
it.
Do you have a question?
No.
Okay, let's go back and call
No,
this.
I do have a question actually.
Go
So
ahead.
does the word egbe, is that used to just describe any type of like bird, or is it used to describe a specific type of bird? Because I
Okay,
know
this
the word
one,
aquapor, yeah.
you know the word what?
Like to say chicken is like aquapor or something like aquapor or something.
Okay. No, this word is used to describe a particular bird, especially the hawk, but in Nigeria they call it the kite. But it's known mainly because it snatches little chicks when they are roaming on the ground with their mama chicken. This bird will swoop down and snatch the little chicks, and the mama chick will be crying and trying to save the chicks, but it's too fast. Before you know it, he has snatched the chicks and run away and flew away. So that's why you call it egbe. So if somebody is too quick in taking what belongs to another person, it is said to be an egbe. So that if you see him, they say, keep your stuff well, because this egbe can snatch your things. Like, I mean, that's a human being. Is because of what this bird can do to little chicks. So it's just the name for this particular bird. We have other names for other birds. As you said, the hen is called okuko. That one is domestic bird that it lives in the household. So is everybody familiar with this? Okay. Everybody familiar with this pronunciation of these words? Let's try it again from here. What's this one called?
Ebe.
Egbe.
Egbe.
Okay. Egbe. Okay. And now this one is called
Ebe.
Egbe. Okay. Okay. Now we go on. What's this one called? This is a kind of food. What's it in English?
It's beans.
Okay, it's beans. What is it called in Igbo? Who knows?
Oh, do. I don't know. Is that for children?
Okay, yeah, you calling a special type of beans, but the general name is agua. Huh?
Mm.
Yeah, the general name is agua. Agua. Can you all call it?
Agua.
Agua.
Not agua. You have to listen very well. So you call it exactly the way I call it. Eh? Because in English language, especially in America, if you go to call something slightly different from the way they call it, they will know what you're talking about. Like somebody went to a shop and said, I want candle. They say, what is it you're calling? What is a candle? He said, no, what is it? We don't know what you're talking about. She walked around in the shop and she saw that candle. She showed them, this is what I want. They say, oh, candles. You mean candles? Because she didn't call it candles. They didn't understand what she's saying. So for Igbo, if you don't call it exactly the way it sounds when it is properly called, you'll be saying something different from what you want to say. So this one is called agua. Agua. Can you call it?
Agua.
Agua. Agua.
Agua.
Agua.
Agua.
Okay. You learn,
Agua.
when you learn the alphabet, you know that this GW is pronounced together as one. That's the essence of teaching you alphabets on the first day. So you call them like they are together. Agua. You don't call it agua. So it's called it agua. Yeah, this is one alphabet, GW.
Mm.
Okay,
Agua.
agua.
Go.
Now,
Agua. Agua.
okay, now we have the same. If somebody has a character or behavior, what is it called in Igbo? Anybody? Well, it's called agua too. Eh? Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Are
The
you following?
students, are you there?
Yes.
Answer.
Okay.
Yes, we're here.
Are you following?
Okay.
Are you following
Yes.
where we are going?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. This is called character or behavior. If you want to say somebody's character, you say agua, which which means if you add Oma at the after the agua, you say agua Oma. What does that mean?
Good behavior.
Say that again.
Good behavior.
Okay. Does anybody disagree?
No, I agree.
Okay. Okay. If it's bad behavior, what will it be?
Agua unjor. Ojo.
Okay.
Ojo.
Okay. Okay. You're very close.
Close, very close.
You're doing very well. So if it's a bad behavior, you say he has onwere agwa ojo. Onwere agwa ojo. So it's very, very important in Igbo whether to have a good character or a bad character. You can make the difference between you getting a job or getting married to the right person or getting approved by the elders. Because if the elders think your character is not good, they will not give you a good recommendation. And when somebody comes to marry you, they will go and ask those elders. That's how they do their own background check. So those elders will say, oh, that man or that woman, then the person will say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't deal with that. So this is very important, character or behavior, which means agua. But in this case, this first one, beans, agua, and this second one, character, agua. They have the same spelling, the same tone. They should mean the same thing, but how do you know that how do you know what the person is, which meaning the person is trying to convey? That's context.
The context of the sentence.
Yeah, that's where context comes in. If you are going to ask about somebody and they tell you that you can't be thinking about beans at that time. You know you're talking about character. But if somebody asks you what you ate, you say that I ate erim agua. Agua adiram. So it means that you're talking about beans at that time, not character. Is that clear? Does anybody have any question?
No, I understand.
Okay. Now we still talk about other words with context. What is this word called in Igbo?
Anya.
Is that Joy? Say it again.
Yes, sir.
Say it again.
Anya.
Anya.
Okay. Who is that? Emmanuel?
Yes. Emmanuel.
See, Emmanuel had a better tone on his own pronunciation.
Okay.
That's why. Emmanuel, say it your way.
Anya.
You see, that's the right word. Joy, can you say it the way Emmanuel said it?
Anya.
Anya, see, that's good. You're getting it. See, that's why I say speaking it will show where you put your emphasis and where you put your accent, and that will make a difference. Because if you put the accent in the wrong syllable, you will be talking about a different thing. So this is Anya, Anya, Anya. Can everybody say it?
Anya.
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 Okay. So you think that everywhere you see this word Anya, it means eyes, right? But that's not so. If you see it in another word, it becomes something different. So what is the Igbo word for love?
Anya, ahụrụ m gị n'anya.
You're making a sentence.
Anya is the word.
No, who can try? But who can try? Who else has a different answer? Igbo word for love.
Is it also ihunanya?
Okay.
Or
Is that Emmanuel?
this is Uche.
Oh, Uche. Oh, okay. I was wondering, so where is Uche? Okay, you said ihunanya.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anybody else with a different answer? Emmanuel, do you have an answer for
No,
that?
I don't know this one. It's this one.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's called, oh, okay, this is a little, I missed something here. Yeah, but this N here is also supposed to be here, ihunanya or ihunanya. This is how Anambra people say it, and this is how Imo, and yeah, I have to put an N here. I will update it.
Ifuna, N is here.
Yeah,
There.
that's it. Yeah, then this one is correct, ihunanya. So you see, this word literally means to see somebody with your eyes, but the real meaning is love, not has nothing to do with eyes. Yeah? It's also about context. Any question? Now this is sun. What is sun called in Igbo?
Oji Abiala.
Sun. Is it Uche or Emmanuel?
Emmanuel.
OG is the cola nut.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is sun. Okay. Anybody? Who is Chia? Chia. Are you here?
Anyanwu. Anyanwu.
Okay. Yeah.
Amu or something like that.
Okay. Sun is Anyang. You see the Anya there, but it combines with this last two letters. You know that this NW is one letter and this NY is one letter. What do you call this NY in Igbo alphabet? We learned it last week.
Ni.
Nye, nye. And what is this NW called?
Nui. Nui.
Yeah, okay, so if you put them together, it becomes Anyang, right?
Anyanwu.
So that's
Is it
sun.
Wu or Wu? How do you pronounce the U?
This you,
Anyanwu.
Anyang.
Anyanwu.
It's just
Okay.
regular you. Okay.
Anyanwu.
Okay, so that's sun with called Anyang. Okay. Now we say somebody is greedy. How do you say it in Igbo? Somebody who is greedy. Any attempt? Okay, this may be advanced for you guys, but at least you will learn one advanced word today. So it also has to do with the eye. So when you say somebody is good, you say the person has anya uku. Anya uku literally means big eye, but the actual meaning is greedy. If you are going to split something or share something with your siblings, and you want to get the lion's share, your mom or your dad will say, look, you were anyuku, which means you are greedy. You want to eat more than your fair share, or you want to take what does not belong to you. So it's called anyuku. Literally means big eye, but actually means greedy. So that's where you see a word like anyuku with the word for eyes there, but the meaning has nothing to do with eyes. It's just the context that you use the word anya and the
I have a
word.
question.
Go ahead.
So, for the word order of Igbo, is it first the noun and then the adjective?
Oh, you mean the word order?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, yes, the noun comes before the adjective qualifying it. Yeah, in most cases. I don't know if I can think of any context where the adjective comes first, but it's usually the noun, then the adjective that would tell you what the noun is being described as. Yeah, that's a good point. But if you find a situation where the adjective comes before the noun, you can bring it to our attention. Or sometimes, yeah, like we said, if you see a white person, instead of calling him Ocha person, you say Onya Ocha. That means the noun comes before the color you're using to describe the person. That's a good point. Any other question? Are you all learning anything new today?
I really like your input. That's very good.
Okay.
I have something else to add as well. For numbers
Okay.
as well, in Igbo, the number comes after the noun, unless it's one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Ochato, Ochano,
Yeah,
Ulo ise. So yeah, the numbers come after the noun.
unless it's one. Like if you want to
Unless
say one chair, you say otu.
Otu oche, yeah. Okay, that's good. You know all this Igbo grammar and the actual way the things are arranged. We apply them without even knowing that's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any other question? Okay, let's go ahead. Relationships. This is very important. You need to listen very carefully on this. Because many of us, especially second generation Igbo people born in America, get confused with relationships. What does each of them mean? So, in the word relative is called one in Igbo. This one has an ever increasing scope in meaning. You can never put it in a box. Sometimes some people translate it to mean a biological sibling or brother or sister. So when Igbo people translate it to English, they can translate it as brother or as sister or as uncle or as auntie. And there's no English word that captures the meaning of this word one. There's no English word that fully captures it because it can be anybody. It can be somebody who is your biological uh, sibling. It can be somebody from the same kindred with you in your village. It can be somebody from the same town. or somebody from the same local government, even a different town, depends on the setting. It can be somebody from another state, depends on where you see yourself. So if you are in your own village and you introduce somebody as one name, the person who you are introducing it to will know that he is from your either the same parents or the same extended family. Then if you go outside your village, you go to a town in the same local government, another town, and you introduce somebody as one name, they will say, oh, they will think it could mean somebody from the same town with you. Then you go outside your local government, you are in the state, you introduce somebody as one name, that we come from the same local government. That time you'll be somebody from a different town. Because you are no longer in your village, anybody from the same town with you can claim to be one neg. And then you go to out of the state, can introduce anybody who is from the same state from you as one neg. So that has brought so much confusion, especially when you come to America, and your mom or your dad introduce somebody as your uncle or your auntie. Many of you have misunderstood it so much that if you say somebody is your uncle, you say, oh, therefore his children are my cousins. And therefore it means that we're blood relations. Therefore it means that we cannot be married. It is not so. You should understand the meaning of those words in the context that Igbo people use them, not the way the English people use them. So I just want to make this very clear because it has led to so much misunderstanding. Some of young Igbo people were interviewed and they were asked why they keep marrying people from outside Igbo land. Why did they keep marrying people from Ghana, from Caribbean? And they say, well, all the people in Igbo land are our cousins because their parents are our uncles and aunts. So we have tried to address that by telling our young people that, yes, the people we introduce as your uncle, I will show you how that uncle thing came about. So what is a brother in Igbo?
Wanye Woke. Oh, Wanye Woke.
Say it again.
Wamuko. Okay.
Who said that?
Me, Joy.
Okay, say that again.
Wamuke.
No. Emmanuel, say it.
Wanye Woke.
Why or one name?
One name means my brother, but Wanye or Wanyo, one I'm not sure how it works, but it's like that. Wanye Woke.
One name Woke.
One name okay. One name okay. That is brother. But if you want to say my brother, then you can add another M after this one name. You can add M. Give a space and add M. Then before you say okay, which is my brother. But this brother is one name okay. Mm-hmm. That is biological brother. But it's also can also loosely mean, it can also be used loosely to mean anybody from my extended family or anybody from my village. If you are somewhere outside your village, that's why when you come to America in the 70s and 60s, there were not many Igbo people here. So everybody from Igbo, 5 Igbo states could be having a meeting as a meeting umunne because they are very few. And as more Igbo people move to the US, you see the meeting start splitting into states. You see people from one state, from Igbo state, will be meeting as Umunne. Then when more people even showed up, the state meeting will split, and the people from one zone will be meeting as one, until it goes down to the people from one town meeting as one. So everybody is one net to everybody. But when you drill deeper, you see that one or brother they call themselves is has a peculiar meaning to them, not the English meaning of that word. For American, when you say my brother, it must be a nuclear brother. But for a Nigerian, when they say my brother, it could be hundreds of miles apart from where they come from. So sister is, what's sister called? Any word for sister?
Wanye.
One name wine. You see? Joy, did you get it?
Yes, sir.
And Uche?
Yes, sir. I got it. One name wine.
Yep.
Okay.
Why?
Okay. One name wine. Do we have anybody from Texas here who logged in? Are they listening? You can send that to my people in Texas. They just arrived from Nigeria. Okay. Now we go on. What do you call father in Igbo?
Nne.
Nah.
Emmanuel, what did you say?
I said nne, but it might be nna.
Nne is mother. Nna
Yeah.
is father.
Adeza is right. It's nna. Nna. If you want to say my father, what will you be?
Nnam with the M at the end.
Say it again.
Nnam.
Nnam.
Yes, nnam.
Okay. Everybody agreed? Any question here?
I have a question.
Okay.
So, like for all nouns to show possession, like my, you just add an M to the end.
Yeah, technically it's MU, but when you're writing, you just write the M. Nnam.
Okay. Thank you.
Nnamo is me. My mo. Mo is me. My.
Okay.
My.
Okay.
But father,
Okay.
my father. Nnamo. My father. But for sure they say nnam, which is just the M.
Yeah, Joy. I think I see what you're saying, but most of the possessive way of saying things is just by adding M. But if you want to
right, but if you want to say me by yourself, just
you
me,
want to
the
say
word
me,
me
you can say mo.
is
Okay.
MU, but for short, because you're saying with you're indicating possession, it's just the M.
Yeah. Then what is mother? Now, Emmanuel, you can say what you said before.
Nnam.
No, that's not what you said before.
Nne.
Okay.
Nne.
Okay. So mother will be nne, and what would be my mother be?
Nnam. Name.
Name.
Nnemu.
Okay.
Name.
Okay. See, if any of you have your mother around, remember tomorrow is Mother's Day.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget to call them name tomorrow. I just as you buy those gifts you want to give them, just write it to them. So they will know you are
Memo,
learning
memo.
Mama. So you know my sweet mother to write it in Igbo so they would know you are learning Igbo as well. Okay. Now, what you call grandfather?
Nah.
Huh?
Nauchi.
Nanam.
Okay.
Nana.
Okay. Yes. The person that said no chair is correct, but it can also
Oh.
be Nana. That is father's father. Nana. Or that is if it's your paternal grandfather. If it's your maternal grandfather, then it will be Nna. Huh? If it's the father of your mother, it's also your grandfather, but that would not be Nana. What would that be? Father of your mom.
Nne.
Yeah, Nana. Or it can also be Nna Ochie because Nna Ochie is a generic one for both paternal and maternal grandfather. Okay. Then grandmother will be what?
Is it Nena?
Huh?
Is it Nenya?
No, this is easy. You just double the mother into two, like we did with the father. Hmm? Nene. Hmm? Nene. Nene Ochie, but Nene is good. The mother of your mother. But if it's the mother of your father, what will it be? Your father's mom. Any take?
Nane.
Nena. Because the one
Right,
as
Nena. You're
the
right.
first one, the first one is the grand. The second one is the direct parent. So it will be Nena. Hmm? Everybody agreed?
Agreed.
Yes.
Uche, are you there? Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you getting everything?
Mm-hmm. I'm listening and agreeing.
Okay. Now, this is the one that gives us a lot of problem in America. As I said before, uncle. How did we come about uncle? Has any of your parents introduced somebody that you don't know as your uncle before?
All the time.
Many times.
Every day.
Yes.
This is the one that has given us so much headache because there's a word we use in Igbo land that they can't find a way to translate it to English. So they settled for uncle. It's not uncle.
What is it?
So
Is it
in Igbo land, you don't call somebody who is your elder by their name. It's a sign of disrespect. If you see somebody who is as old as your mom or your dad and you're calling them by their names, they will say you are disrespectful. So in Igbo, we call that person dead. If it's a man or if it's a woman, you call them da or dada. There are different variations in different areas. But this word is used to address elders that you shouldn't call by their names. If you just call them they or they will be happy, and you will get what you want from them. But if you call them John or James, you say, who are you? Why are you calling me by my name? As if that's not their name. But because you are so young, younger than them, they expect you to show respect by calling them they. So when we come to America, our parents or we parents try to translate this word to a word that our children can associate with and use in place of dead, because it's hard for them to call this word the way that it will sound good in their mouth. You just say, in short, it's your uncle. And then everybody becomes uncle and auntie. So when you see anybody come to your house, they say it's from Igbo, and it's an older person, your mom or your dad will say, meet Uncle Charles, Uncle James, and they become your uncle. And you go to your dictionary and check the meaning of uncle. It means a close relation of mother's brother or father's brother. And then you put two and two together and say, if he's my uncle, his children must be my cousins, which is not correct, because the word uncle, that means a different thing to your parent than it does to your teacher in school or to your friends. So this word dead is translated as uncle in America. And for women, the word da or dada, all my seniors, the women, I call them da. Don't call them by their name. If you can also call them, put da in front of their name and say da blessing, da comfort, da. That there is like you're showing respect. Or if it's a man, you say they John, they this, they that. And so that's why we don't call uncle in Igbo land. But when we come here, it becomes uncle, and it has been causing problems among our youth, making them not understand how relationships work.
Okay. I have a question.
Go ahead.
For your uncle, can't you also call them Wune Nna? Wane Nna.
Nah, you don't describe. That's a description. You don't describe. Well, it is actually what uncle means. Even that one will still be problematic, because that person may not actually be mom or dad's brother, biological brother or nuclear family. So if you still call one nana, you will still have that uncle in your mind that this person is a close relation. But for all you know, it could be from another state, with from your different from your parent state, which means that there is nothing uh, stopping people from your place marrying from people from that place. But because you get a different meaning of the word uncle, you try to shut off everything concerning uh, marital relationship with that person, because you have been introduced as uncle. Just like somebody introduced you to somebody as your brother. Then you can't just go and be thinking of marrying their children, because they are your blood. But it's something that we're still trying to come out of.
So I do have a follow-up question. So is there a way to say, so how is there a way in Igbo to call someone who is your dad's brother besides Dede, or that it's your dad's
No,
sister?
no, 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 no. There's no way. That
Okay,
day
no,
or that is a respectful way to address them. Because if it's in the village, you know your relationship with everybody. But everybody in the village is like you all come from the same ancestor. So you know who your uncle, biological uncle is. You know who is your second uncle. You know your cousins. So all you do is call the people that are older than you with they or da. And people that are younger than you, we're calling you they or da. Everybody knows who is the father of who and who is brother of who. So you don't call somebody one papa, unless you're trying to describe that person to another person who doesn't know how you are related. You don't address them directly like that, just call them they or that as subject to variations in different areas. Are you okay with that answer?
yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So
Okay.
there's no distinction. Everybody who's older than you, we call them they or dada.
Yes, yes. So this word husband. What is it called in
D.
Igbo? Hmm?
D.
Okay. Yes, called D, and the word D can also, the word D actually means master. Master. Yeah, if it stands alone, it could be translated as husband, but if you join it with some other words, it can mean master. Like if the person is good at hunting, they call him D Nta. That means he's a good hunter. If he's good at wrestling, we call them Di Mba, like he's a master of wrestling. If he's good at if he does a palm wine tapping, you call them Di Ochi, which means they're very good in tapping palm wine. Or the word Lord is also called Dimwanum, which means my Lord. But if it stands alone like this, it means husband.
So what does dibia mean?
Okay, Dibia is also somebody who is a native doctor, somebody who heals people with native herbs or medicine that they produce locally.
So does that mean he's the master of healing?
Yeah, he's a master of healing, at least to the locals. Do you have any question more? Okay. Your wife is what?
Wingy.
Unye. Unye. So if I want to say my wife, how do I say it?
Wunyim.
Wingy.
Yeah.
Unyem. Okay.
Wunyim.
If if you want to say your husband, what do you say?
Dimu.
Okay.
Dim.
Okay. Now I want us to translate this word based on what we learned. I want us to translate this. The first one, I want you to read it and tell me what it means in English.
Okay, so a quick I can read it and tell you what it means in English, but the
Yes.
aqua, I'm not sure which one you're talking about. But
That's why you will decide which one you want
Is
to.
the bird. Aqua is the bird. Because Nelu Igwe is in heaven. Only
Okay,
a bird
okay.
flies in heaven.
okay.
Is there any bird that was called
That's
aqua?
a good one.
Is there any bird
That's
that
a
we
good
call?
one.
Is there any bird that we call aqua? Eh? Okay, Joy, you want to translate? Or you have translated your own?
I've
What did you?
translated my own. That's the one I
Okay,
know. A bird that can fly. Only birds fly near
what did
heaven.
you say? What did you say it is?
I said that it was. I said aqua. Let me think. Aqua
Ade.
agad in elu igwe.
Ade means there
I
is
mean, it
none.
is not. Is not.
Okay. Okay, so what does the whole
Is
sentence mean?
not in heaven or elu igwe. which is the place
So
where the
say,
king lives, the place, that king's house, which is essentially heaven.
Say what you say the full meaning again, so I hear what you said.
The full meaning, let's see, the full meaning is Aqua adigina elu igwe. It means that, or the bird. The bird is not in heaven, or is not in the king's house.
Okay.
Literally.
Okay. Any other person wants to try?
It says aqua odihigi nelu igwe. That means I want to say the egg is not in heaven.
The egg is not in heaven. Okay. Any other person there? Uche, can you try?
Yeah, I'll go with cloth. That the cloth is not in the sky.
The cloth is not in the sky. Okay. Any other person wants to go try? There are some people here that have not spoken. Jennifer, who is Jennifer?
That's me.
Who is you? Do you have another name? Have you spoken, or do you want to try to translate this?
I was gonna say the egg is not in heaven as well.
Oh, the egg is not in heaven as well. Okay. Any other person to try before I give my own? Anybody else? Okay, so this is actually a statement in the Igbo hymn book. So it means, and what you have just, the translations you gave is similar with what the white man's interpreter, one of the white man's interpreters did when the missionaries were here. So he saw this statement, Akwadi Neligo, and he is not very good in Igbo. He was also learning, that time. It could be from River State or somewhere else, and his white man brings him as the only person that went to school to help him translate. So when he read this Akwadi in Eligwe, he said, there is no egg on the bicycle. That's what remember that Igwe is also bicycle. And Elu Igwe means on the bicycle. Elu Igwe. But the actual meaning is there's no weeping in heaven. Because aqua, we saw aqua as weeping, and Igwe is heaven. So he's just saying that when we go to heaven, there'll be no more weeping. Remember? No more weeping in heaven. But you all did well to try to translate what you read. But remember, I said context is very important. You can't say there is no cloth in heaven. It will not make any sense. You have to give it a translation that will make sense. Because Christians and people who believe in heaven believe that if you go there, all weeping will stop. So that's why they say, Aqua ade nelu igwe. But if you say Aqua ade nelu igwe, that means there's no egg on the bicycle. That will not make sense when we are saying it in church. Do you understand that? Everybody with me?
Yes, I understand that.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
I know there was a limitation with putting the accent marks on top of the PowerPoint, but in like Igbo literature, would that be denoted with the accent marks, or usually do you have to guess by context?
Whether the accent is there, accent can help you to read the actual meaning. But if accent is not there, you put all the words together to figure out the meaning. That's where context comes in. If you come up with a meaning that doesn't make sense to you in the context of this sentence may be with other sentences, like it's in a hymn book, it's in a hymn, it's part of the lines in a hymn. You know, they will not be talking about eggs and bicycle in a hymn book. Yeah, but if it's separate or standing alone, that's when you may have more problems. That's when you may need the accents to know where to go. Sometimes it's hard, but most cases you will know from the meaning of different translations that this one is more likely to be what they are writing about.
Okay.
Who wants
So. Mhm.
go ahead.
One thing that's interesting, I want to understand this in Igbo. So, so the sentence means crying is not in heaven, correct?
Yes.
So in Igbo, is there a way to specifically denote the ing, or how does that work? Because in English you can say cry and then you can say cry in. So that
Okay.
ing, how is that denoted in Igbo?
Okay. There's no ing in Igbo. That's like a verb, like continuous verb.
Yes.
No, this is whether you put ing or not, whether you say, that's why I say aqua. Say that's why I said weeping. You can call it crying. There's no ing. The meaning is not lost without ing. It's still understood. Aqua. But if you want to say equa aqua, that may be close to putting ing, which means equa aqua or iba aqua. That is a verb continuous. But if you say aqua, which is now,
Ibaqua is to start crying, isn't
yeah,
it? Start crying.
both to start and to continue. To continue. Okay, so let's try the second one. Who wants to go? Translate it to Igbo. Where are my Igbo translators?
How do you say use? I don't know how to say use.
Okay, where?
Where Ibe,
Ba
Ba.
aqua. Ba ibe.
Igwe, ba Igwe.
Ba ibe.
While you're trying, let's do it again. Where?
Where
Egbe, egbe.
Ba
Ba.
ibe.
Egbe.
Egbe.
Where
Yeah.
by
Where egbe. Ba. Egbe.
Egbe.
Okay. Say it again.
Where
Where?
Where
ba
Ibe, ba Ebe, Ebe,
Yeah, where egbe. Ba.
ba
Egbe.
Ebe.
Egbe. So you have to make sure that the egbe and the egbe don't sound alike. Say where egbe. Ba. Egbe.
I have a question. Would it be where or would it be wave since it's a command?
No, it's where
Okay.
take or use. Mm-hmm. Anybody having any problem with this?
I would have said Judy. Judy egbe ba egbe.
There are, just like in English, there are many words that have synonyms. But once you convey the meaning, the person understands you. In Igbo
Say that
language,
again. Joy, say that again. What did you say?
it says jireba.
Oh, okay.
Jireba is like hold the gun. They shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Now
They
that's how
shoot.
you will hold the gun. Hold it to
Okay,
shoot.
okay. But if you also say wherever, it means go take the gun and shoot the bird, shoot the hawk. They're all good. All good. You convert the same meaning. Who wants to try the third one?
I'll try.
They
Ihu
Hmm?
aqua.
Huh?
Ihunanya aqua.
Okay, you just said the love of eggs. And you want to make it personal. Ahorum
Ahorum.
aqua. Say it. Ahorum
Ahorum aqua.
aqua. Nanya. Nanya.
Ahorum aqua nanya.
Yes.
Hmm.
Others. I want others to say it. Joy and Emmanuel. Is it Emmanuel that just said it?
no Uche.
Okay. Emmanuel, can you say it?
Ahum aqua.
Aqua. Not
That's what I
aqua.
would say. Ahum aqua. Ahum aqua.
Nanya.
Nanya.
Yes.
It's interesting to me. So the word aqua comes between Ahurum and Anya.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. Just like if you want to say I love you, you say Ahorum ge nanya. So that ge is you. Ahorum comes
Is
first
you. Yes.
before you put nanya. So I love X means
Ahum aqua. Anya.
Ahorum anya. If you say Ahorum aqua anya, it means I saw X. You have to say Ahorum aqua na. That N nanya is what makes it love. But if you say
Nanya.
if you say Ahorum aqua anya, it means you saw some eggs.
Okay, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So is the ehurum what makes it I? Like
Yeah,
I did it?
that A at the beginning is the I.
Okay.
That A Ahorum, is the I. If you want to say somebody loves eggs, you like say you love eggs, you say ihoro akwananya. That I that starts it is the you. Mm-hmm. Or if you want to say my friend loves eggs, my friend loves eggs, how will you say it? My friend means is enyim.
Enyi. Enyim hụrụ aqua anya.
Enyim hụrụ akwa n'anya.
N'anya.
Okay. Enyim hụrụ akwa n'anya. Okay. Are we all okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's go to the fourth one. My uncle loves me.
Data mo ahụrụ
Dedem
Dedem ihuru.
hụrụ m n'anya. Dedem hụrụ m n'anya. You're getting it.
Yeah.
Dedem hụrụ m n'anya. Hmm?
Dedem ihurum nanya.
Yeah, just don't put ihurum after you say dedem, because that dedem is like a person. So you don't need to put another pronoun after you say dedem.
It's just huru.
Yeah, dedem hurum nanya.
Yeah. Okay.
Joy, did you get it?
Yes, sir. I got it. I got it.
I didn't hear you say it. What if it's
Dedem hurum ganaya.
dedem hurum nanya?
Dedem hurum nanya.
What if it's your auntie that loves you? How will you say it?
Dadam hurum nanya.
Okay, good. Very good. Give yourself a round of applause. Okay, let's go to the next one. My brother is greedy. My brother is greedy.
Is it Nwanem, Nwani, Anya, Ukwe?
This is one name. I didn't say one. It's a brother, not sister.
Oh.
One name. That
Okay.
is, yeah, one name, okay. That is, you can say, use the word where, one name, okay, where. And what did I say greedy means?
Anya ohuru
No,
anya.
no. Greedy, I said it's anyuku.
Oh, anyuku. Okay.
So one name, okay, where, anya uku. Say it.
One name nwoke were anya ukwu.
Okay.
I
Okay,
have a
now
question real
go
quick.
ahead. Mhm.
So okay, can't you use one name nwoke them anya ukwu? Oh no, that wouldn't work.
No,
No.
no. Calista, are we supposed to end at 2:30? Are we?
I
Yes.
thought, yeah. I
Okay,
thought it was supposed to end at 2:30.
okay. Let's just finish it. This is the last one. I see my mom. You can just
This ahu ne ahu
ahurum
ahurum
nem.
nem.
Okay. Now I want to give you homework you will do before the next class. Just take a picture with your phone, and then next time you can bring this whole homework. Take a picture with your phone.
Deacon Charles, read my text messages, please.
Okay. Okay. Are you all taking the pictures?
Yeah.
Okay. The next time you make sure you come prepared to answer those questions. I think, do you have any questions before we end?
Wait, so how do you say I am?
I am.
Yeah.
It doesn't usually stand alone when you say I am, like in English. It must be depending on what you are saying after that. You want to say I am hungry. How you say it is not the same thing as saying I am present or I am rich. They're all different. So
Or is like the ending the same?
no, it depends on what you are describing, what you are attributing to yourself. If you want to say I am, if you want to say I am hungry, you can say Agor Nagom. You have to you start with the hunger before you describe it. If you want to say I am rich, you can say you be enwerem ego. So there's no
EGAG.
if you want to say
Say I'm
album,
abu
album, album, that means you can say, when I say I am human, you can say I'm mad. So they are all different ways of saying the same I am, depending on what you are trying to describe.
Okay.
So, any other question? Otherwise, we're going to be calling it a day. Mr. President, did you come back? Are you still in the graduation? Okay, did you?
Thank you so much for your guys' help. I appreciate you.
Okay. Calista,
Thank
are
you
you?
very much.
Okay.
Thank you. You can stop the recording now. That way.
Okay.
Thank you.
God,
Okay.
speaker.
Are you able to stop it?
I'm trying. Oh, okay.